Well, hello everybody. I want to give some updates here. My lunch break was incredible. One of the experts I've got, there's 132 of them that I've got on board for what I want to do. Should we get power on this $140 million absolute federal dismemberment redesign across Canada in every major language by the world's best experts, bar none, every university in the world, top best of the best legal experts in constitutionalism. Today was exceptional in Oxford, and there were a lot of people there. There were a lot of people for this fella. I've shortlisted some time ago, but he gave quite the presentation. A paper he wrote, he presented, and of course part of his journal, and of course it's accepted. Completely different than anything seen in that respect and specifics of constitutionalism. And this is by those who write the most over all time. I'm going to have a mount for this tomorrow. That's absolute. I should have brought it today. Got that too. But it was exceptional presentation today. Really tailored for our party. Absolute. Almost it felt like a job interview of what this particular Oxford incredible expert would provide. Now, there were many experts and leading scholars coming into that, asking many questions off topic to what the paper was. I enjoyed the paper fully. I didn't even have to ask any questions. Made some comments. Oxford's funny. They give you crap right away if you're not asking a question related when you're just giving commentary. And I always have to message them and apologize and say, oh, I won't do it. Sorry. They've never ever kicked me out. It's just like a little warning thing, like don't waste space for questions. But I didn't have any questions. It was just a terrific paper, well suited for us, well suited for the party, well suited for all Canadians. And it really went into the politics of law, whether that's criminal, civil, the civil aspects, and absolutely the common law, and how judges define what they do and how lawyers define what they do, bringing credibility into legal systems. And that means when they make decisions, is it for the people or best interest of the politician? Or we went right into that really heavy detail. And of course, that rights and freedoms came up, many avenues came up, answered a lot of questions for me, and why this portion of what would be presented to every Canadian will fall into this expert's hands. And, you know, Canadians, First Nations, at $140 million that's all Canadians would have to chip into that. You think that's $3 each for every taxpayer for a monumental amount of work. Think of it like 1,000 referendums done by the best experts in the world. No politicians, no stupid dumbbell bastard bitch politicians that are just in it to fill their pockets. This wouldn't even be the politicians or those elected from CPC. This is the greatest experts in constitutionalism across the entire world. All for you. You get the presentations over and over, many town halls. There would be at least 24 for each expert, and of course in every major language. It's a tidy chunk of change for all these guys. A nice little nest egg retirement for them. Nothing obscene, but enough that we'll be able to secure every one of these guys and gals. They'll come running from every corner of the earth, that's for sure. And I like how when they look at it, should we have that done, they're going to lead off in areas that are just unbelievable. Just constitutional convention the world's never seen before. Canada, as us as Canadians, could deliver that. Each taxpayer kicking in $3. That's what it works out to. Not $3 Canadian, $3 a taxpayer. Well spent. Think of it like 1,000 referendums by each and every one of you in tremendous detail, course after course in every single community. And that would be as per each legislature each riding in a CA and absolutely federal in all EDAs. Regardless of party, regardless of flag, whoever wins, we just need that minority and need absolutely that minority government, which is pretty cool, you know, the crown power. To destroy the crown power, you can use it in a way that no politician would ever allow. But if you have that prime minister, you have that crown, even in a minority, that power can be used to absolutely give it all to the people. And there is nothing when you take Governor General and all lieutenant governors in that 30-day period from election to absolutely the Ascension Day, which is 30 days. Look out, that's what CCP can do. Like no politician ever in the history of Canada would ever do, because who would ever give up the power? Who would give the power to the people, right? What kind of guy would do that? Well, I'm the kind of guy that would absolutely do that. Because I have more faith in the people of Canada when presented with absolute, the best of the best articulation I could never provide. I understand it, I know it. I know I don't always deliver properly, but I have all the people for that. It's not even about me. I wouldn't even attempt to write a constitution. Even these groups saying, oh, we can write a constitution, 10, 15 of us. You're not writing nothing for no 40 million people. The 40 million people, that's all First Nations in all their defined definitions and situations currently today, and every Canadian in every major minority language, all of them, same with First Nations, all of them. That's what we're going to do, and it's 140 million covers in large margin. The wages are absolutely going to draw in the best of the best. I'm sure First Nations legal professionals will come on board, and they'll be able to work with the professionals in those areas. It'll be awesome. It'll be awesome. Like it tickles me inside when I go through something in a high academic institution like Oxford today, really tailored right for our party, and then to watch other leading academics, not best of the best, they're not on my list, but so many of them showing up to ask questions irrelevant to what we're working on. But this tremendous mind, this one of the best of the best from the UK, gets it right on board, and he's leading in one area that's so important for us. And it just, it's awesome. It's awesome that that's coming forward. I can't wait for Cambridge on the Islam versus international law. Unprecedented. That's coming in days. Can't wait for it. A whole bunch with iConnect, a whole bunch of leading institutions. I would love to take the days off, but it looks like I'm going to be limited to just half of a presentation on my evenings that week. So I definitely have a lot of work to do and more coming up. Just becomes more and more, everybody, but it's phenomenal. It's phenomenal for Canadians and First Nations. I'm just so ecstatic I get to be a part of all this. I'm growing by leaps and bounds every day. Like, I sailed through this presentation today, and there were students that are I'm not even a law student. I'm equivalent of a first-year law student, really. Maybe second year and some of the electives, but by no means. Like, I've been fast-tracked in the last 2 years to get narratives that a lot of people would never get, not without traveling to all these countries, like you had to just a couple of years ago. And now it's there for me on Zoom, and I'm welcomed in because of great academics opening doors for me, and I'll never forget them, and they're going to be a part of this too. It's incredible. It's up to us to get it done, everybody. And Canadians, if you can find the mustered strength to get more and more people on board and we get our message out, I promise you, I will deliver the best of the best. In a constitutional convention, dreams are made of. No one could ever come up with this. Like, it's truly unbelievable. Unbelievable. For those loyal followers and friends who got to do the Richard Albert on provincial, like, I have 132 of these kind of things just sitting there waiting to go, right across Canada on the federal and provincial side. dozens and dozens of presentations to absolutely hit the mark with every demographic and every Canadian. Not a stone unturned, nothing missed. It's truly unbelievable. Unbelievable. It would take a lifetime of wealth to find all these people. But just this pandemic and the COVID and the Zooms, I was able to get her done in 2 years. And I still, like with First Nations, I have so many to bring on board, but I think with the wages and if we won that, the 140 million, they're going to be lining up too. I don't even think that's going to be a fear. And whatever they don't understand, they're going to learn real fast by the best of the best. And it'll be them just transcribing verbally in each First Nations native tongue. You know, getting to work with these experts, getting paid to do that, I think that alone is going to speak volumes, right? Like, who could ever get this done? And it's really there. It's there right now, Canadians. I have it there right now. Unbelievable. We got to have so much to do to get the party up and running, and then the 338, and then beyond that, everybody, we need 14 of the most loyalist, strongest patriots you could ever find, who have to be very knowledgeable. They have to be represented in each province. And that's the lieutenant governors and absolutely governor general. They can't be crown sworn. They have to be knowledgeable, exceptionally knowledgeable. Exceptionally. That's a tall order. And they have to be bondable and trustworthy. They won't break their word, because that will undo us. Much to go through, so much more than any federal party would ever have to undertake. But we're going to get it done. We're going to get it done. And I'll see about the vaccines. I'm going to try and do my Hamilton booking here tonight after this video. See if I can get the second shot in a decent time frame. But I'm really scared. I've been listening to the news all day on the radio at work as we're listening to tunes. They're saying for Ontarians. I think I'm getting cut out. I think I'm purposely screwed over on purpose. And I don't know what that's going to mean. If it means months, I'm going to be very angry, very angry. It's an obvious segregation to screw me over. And it's a dirty game of these pathetic autocrat politicians. Whether it's Doug Ford, Justin Trudeau, Aaron O'Toole, or even Jagmeet Singh, I don't know, Jason Kenney. They're all in on it. I believe that, because every party wants that crown. They don't want the people of Canada or First Nations to have any say in governments. They want to keep you out of the Constitution. They want to reign supreme in a full autocracy. And we gotta get the knowledge out to everybody. We gotta build this party. I know that means registration. Absolutely website, but you need that with registration. So it's hard. It's hard. It's a real first-class system, a shit deal for the third-class Canadian. It's always been for First Nations. It's always been this way for the third class. Limited second class escapes it. Limited. But it's a tall order. I know it is. It's what's called an impossible task, but I've done it before, and I believe we're going to get it done again, because an impossible task is assembling 132 of the greatest legal minds in the world ready to present to Canadians in absolute perfection. You couldn't buy this. You couldn't have enough money 2 years ago. It would take billions of dollars just to go out to do the research to find these people, to have the mind for it. And I got it done. Probably the hardest would-be task. That's done first. It's ready to go. I can't believe it. And it's just beautiful. And it just gets more detailed week by week. I go through these things. It's just blows me away. And all the countries participating. And I can't wait for iConnect. That's a whole bunch of new ones I don't even have that are going to be giving narratives I haven't even seen yet. It's just amazing. Amazing. That's my video. There's a lot of good news here, everybody. And a lot for CCP. We're going to get it all done. It's all going to work out. It never works out the way you want it to, or in the order you hope, but what's unbelievable is having the world academics lined up, the presentations lined up, exactly how it's going to go. It's an incredible feat, that in itself. And who the hell could ever make a platform like that? Not one of your dirty, filthy politicians. And just wait, when you have the platform, the money is sitting there in an election, and you're going to see all the experts come forward, and yes, I'm in. And you'll see for 6 months, a lot of them would take a leave. With that kind of money, a nice little retirement egg for 6 months of their life, they're all going to come scream, especially some. Anyways, that's my video. It's great. It's incredible. I'm tired. The change hour is really tough coming back to Ontario. You lose 2 hours. I'm tired. But I got to finish that First Nations presentation. And tomorrow I'm going to have this thing locked and loaded in here. So whenever I shoot these, it's going to be stable and secure. And I'm not going to have a flip-flop. Thanks, everybody. That's the video. Share, share, share. It's incredible. I'm happy. I'm so happy. I can't believe it. 6 months ago I was terrified of the UK, and now it's like UK's like coming on strong like the USA. It's pretty wicked. Sorry, pretty wicked. Pretty awesome. I know. Watch for the Barry Bellegarde. That letter is just about complete. I have a few more little touches to do tonight, and that's going to go, and it has to go this week because I think this is his last week. Thanks, everybody. Bye now.